Unprecedented trial follows a history of legal troubles for U.S. presidents: Nixon's Watergate scandal, Clinton's impeachment trial. Joining me now, presidential historian Dr. Larry Cook. Nothing quite compares to a criminal case such as we're seeing now, though.
Yes, good morning, Marni. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, presidential problems go all the way back to 1868 when Andrew Johnson was impeached. And of course, as you mentioned, Richard Nixon, but we had, Harding before that with the Teapot Dome scandal. He passed away in office before any charges could have been brought. Who knows if charges would have been brought against him? It involved a cabinet member. And then, of course, Richard Nixon, who I'm quite sure charges would have been brought there. There was really a grand jury already in place to bring those charges. But of course, Nixon resigned, and then he was pardoned by President Ford. And then, of course, you move on to Bill Clinton in 1998 with his impeachment.
How do the implications of a former president surrounding a criminal matter, as we're seeing play out right now, impact integrity and the broader political landscape? How has that been handled and tied to other presidents in the past as they have faced ethical and legal challenges?
Well, the presidency is the toughest job in the world, of course, and over the years, it certainly doesn't get any easier. When you look back on, as I mentioned, with Andrew Johnson, I mean, the interval of time between impeachments there from Andrew Johnson to Bill Clinton was 130 years. And then you went 21 years from Bill Clinton to the next impeachment of Donald Trump. And then, of course, only a couple of years when Trump was impeached again. So, obviously the job's not getting any easier. We like to think of the president being above all. Of course, it's bigger than the president himself. It's the office of the presidency, and we always hope that office has integrity, and certainly the person sitting in that office to have integrity as well. But the people that occupy the Oval Office, just like all of us, they are human beings. They are people, and things are going to come up, and but I have faith that we can maintain the integrity of the office of the presidency, no matter who's sitting in that at any particular time.
Dr. Cook, immunity has come up around Donald Trump's cases over the last few months and will continue to be part of the conversation moving forward. Has that been part of the fabric of legal challenges for past presidents as well, the challenge of immunity?
Well, it's forefront right now. Of course, it's going to the Supreme Court, as you know, waiting for them to weigh in on it. And of course, they are the interpreters of the Constitution, the supreme interpreters of that. And we'll wait to see what they have to say. It's I'm sure come up in the past somewhat, particularly perhaps with Clinton. I don't recall it so much coming up with. Before that, probably somewhat with Nixon as well, but nothing like we're seeing with President Trump and it going before the Supreme Court to have a ruling put on it.
Would you consider this one of the biggest scandals around a U.S. president as you look at some of the other historic cases?
Yeah, it's we're all products of our time, of course. When I mentioned the Teapot Dome scandal with Harding, of course, that was huge back then in the 1920s, and it really was considered the biggest scandal up until Nixon's Watergate. And then when Watergate happened, of course, we've compared everything to Watergate since then. There's been a lot of acronyms with other scandals putting a gate on the end of the name. So. And now we're with this. When Ford was sworn in as president, he said our long national nightmare is over. This particular scandal seems to have gone on for a real long time, and it's going to go on for even longer because this trial that we're seeing start today with jury selection, that's just one of more to come. So I think there's 3 more trials that that we don't have dates yet for. So this is going to go on a whole lot longer. So yeah, I would think that this one's going to go down in history as something that's compared to 50, 60, 70 years down the road.
Yeah, we are witnessing history as we speak. Dr. Cook, thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.